Maybe in your house, you've got Christmas decorations that you have put up year after year. You've got your favorite ornaments, that tinsel, the lights you put on your house, even though the roof line is a little too high and you risk it every year. You have got those traditions that you carry on year after year. You have the perfect Christmas playlist. You've got Hallmark movies on every single minute of the day, the most amazing holiday recipes that your family loves to eat on Christmas Eve. Some of you love Christmas so much that you would consider yourselves 100% over the top. There is nothing average or ordinary about your Christmases because you know who you are. You are disappointed unless Christmas is extraordinary. Okay, you Christmas extraordinaryists, how many of you have a nativity set? The other day, I was at Home Depot and I saw an enormous inflatable one for sale. Maybe you've got that already set up right in your front yard. Or maybe like me, you've got the plastic nativity set that the kids used to set up and play with. And then you have the nicer wooden one that goes in a prominent place on your shelf. And this week on the Daily Dose, we want you to step back and look at that nativity set, whatever it looks like. We're inviting you to wonder, what is the story behind the story for all of those characters from the nativity scene? I think sometimes we hear the Christmas story, it's told over and over to us again each year, but once we hear that story again and again, we are sometimes likely to gloss over some of the information about those characters in the Christmas story. And today I want to talk with you about Mary, the mother of Jesus. There's no doubt that Mary is one of the most admired women in the Bible. There is artwork devoted to her. There are prayers said to Mary in some traditions. And I know if I really think about the image that's portrayed in my mind of Mary, here are some of the words that maybe initially come to mind. Quiet, poised, or calm. I can't help but envision some of the famous paintings that portray a smooth-skinned, regal-looking Mary holding the baby Jesus, who obviously didn't cry or fuss. We no doubt think about the extraordinary circumstances surrounding everything that Mary goes through. I mean, she has a visit from an angel in the middle of the night telling her that she's going to become pregnant, even though she's a virgin. And amazingly, she doesn't just get up and run in the other direction. She actually sings praises to God. In the book of Luke, in the Bible, we read Mary's words, we hear Mary's words in this form of a song. My soul glorifies the Lord, my spirit rejoices in God, my Savior, for he has been mindful of the humble state of his servant. Mary, it's thought, was as young as 13 years old. And even though that seems impossible for us to comprehend, in the tradition of her day, this was really common. And she was promised in marriage to Joseph, whom she might have not even met up until that point. And see, Mary, she didn't come from a family that had any means. Her parents and her parents' parents, they all came from poor families in an insignificant city. They didn't have any status to boast about. And yet here Mary is, getting ready to give birth to the Savior of the world. It's an extraordinary circumstance that she had become pregnant at all. It's an extraordinary response that Mary has praising God, even though she knows society would shun her for being pregnant and unmarried. But if we step back and we think about Mary, about the town she came from, about the lack of power that her family had at all, everything about her was completely ordinary. God didn't choose to send an angel to a woman born into a royal family who had wealth and status. God didn't look for the most extraordinary, over-the-top person to be the mother of Jesus. God chose the ordinary. So, it's okay if you Christmas extraordinaryists keep on doing your thing. But I challenge you to look for those ordinary moments and to celebrate the wonder of what can come from those times this Christmas, too. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Daily Dose. We'd love for you to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and be sure to share this or other messages with people who might need to hear them at this time of year. Have a good day.